Hello viewers. In this video, we will discuss about branches of economics. Economics mainly have two branch, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. Let's first know about microeconomics. Here the word micro has been derived from the Greek word mikros, meaning small or tiny. It is that branch of economics which deals with the economic behavior of individual units or small group of individuals. So in this, we generally view any concept at a microscopic level. Here the main concepts dealt are individual demand, like suppose we are analyzing the demanding pattern of a single consumer at a given point of time. It is known as individual demand that comes under the concept of microeconomics. Supply of an individual firm, utility, etc. Moving to macroeconomics. The word macro has been derived from the Greek word macros, which means large unit. So, in this, we generally view any concept at a macroscopic level. It is that branch of economics which studies the economy in its totality or as a whole. Main concepts dealt here are national income, aggregate demand, employment level, etc. So, national income is generally something that comes by adding the individual income of every earning people in a country or economy. So, it includes the entire economy. That's why it comes under the concept of macroeconomics. So, here the person whom you are seeing on the screen is Ragnar Frisch. He is a Norwegian economist who formally introduced the distinction between microeconomics and macroeconomics in the year 1933 and thus made it convenient to study both the concepts. Here are a few important points of differences between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So, microeconomics studies the economic problems at an individual level, whereas macroeconomics studies the entire economy as a whole or aggregate terms. In micro, the main instruments are demand and supply, whereas the main instruments in macro are aggregate demand and aggregate supply. In microeconomics, market forces plays an important role, which means that demand force and supply force intersects to determine the price of any commodity in the market. In macroeconomics, government plays an important role, means everything is being decided by the monetary and fiscal policies of the government. Microeconomics is also known as price theory, whereas macroeconomics is also known as income and employment theory. Microeconomics is generally based on slicing concept because in this a big thing is being sliced into different tiny particles, whereas macro is based on lumping concept, means taking things together as a whole. So now we will discuss that how macroeconomics and microeconomics are dependent upon each other. So first let's understand dependency of macro on micro. Taking the example of individual demand and market demand here, we can calculate market demand by adding the individual demands of different consumers. So MD is equals to ID, that is individual demand of first consumer plus individual demand of second consumer, and it will go on adding till the individual demand of nth consumer. So here if we increase individual demand of respective individuals, then market demand will also show an increment. Thus, it can be concluded that macroeconomics is here dependent upon microeconomics. Now, dependency of micro on macro. In this, we will see that how microeconomics is being influenced by changes in some aggregate concepts. If we analyze the effect of inflation on individual goods, inflation is a situation in which prices of most of the goods or commodities increases in the economy for a long period of time. So it can be observed that inflation, that is a macroeconomic concept, leads to change, it leads to increase in the price of individual goods in the market, that is a microeconomic concept. So here it can be concluded that microeconomics is dependent upon macroeconomics. So here we can conclude that micro and macroeconomics are interrelated and thus depends upon each other, as individual choices aggregate into national trends and also national conditions shape individual decisions. In our example also we have seen that market demand is getting influenced by individual demand, and also inflation, that is a macroeconomic concept, is affecting the individual prices of goods, that is microeconomics. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.